Yep. Hello guys, good morning. Welcome back to another week. Just done my Monday morning ritual of checking the weather, and it looks like it's going to hold out dry all week at the minute. That always makes things a lot easier, especially at the moment, because we've got a big laying job on the go, which I didn't film any of it last week, but we did manage to start it last week. We got about 25 tonne of topsoil that we're putting into a back garden, so it's really crucial that it does stay dry for that, and we can get that job done and finished before the weather does break again. I think me and George are going to try and head over there this afternoon, so I try and grab the camera out and show you what we've been up to over there. It's not something we really do a lot of anymore. We've been trying to focus all our attentions on growing the turf production out rather than out on site laying it. But we anticipated that work might start to get a little bit quieter in the next few weeks. So it made sense to take this one on and just keep things ticking along. But yeah, going forward, we're not really looking to grow out that side of the business, at least at the moment anyway. I can see potential down the line that it would make sense to maybe add on a landscaping division to the business. But one thing I've been forced to learn is, unfortunately, I can't do everything at once. I'm just heading over now to pick up the harvester and we get cracking for the week. I'll do my best to try and film all this week as well. It felt like last week I wasn't very on the ball. It was a bit of a chaotic week. On top of that, I wasn't feeling very well, but finally I'm starting to feel loads better this week. So, all right, bruv.
All right, mate, we've got empty this trailer then, haven't we?
Good weekend?
Yeah, it's all right.
Get 36 holes in?
No, 18.
What'd you shoot?
6 over. Don't want to talk about it.
If any of the 3 people watching this are into golf, maybe amateur golfers, what's 3 quick pieces of advice you can give them to improve their golf game?
Depends what your handicap is. Give yourself a net.
They offer 15.
They're offer 15.
15 to 20.
Play for a net par on every hole.
What does that mean?
Okay, so try and shoot the lowest score you can on the hole until you're hitting a shot that risks you making a big number. So if you've got like 230 yards to carry water, chances are you're not going to do it. So don't take it on, lay up, accept that you're going to make, like, just try and make bogey on that hole basically. Use your shots.
I did say 3 quick, easy pieces of advice. That sounds quite technical.
Practice. 100 yards and in, that's all that matters. Bosh.
There you go, that's 3 quick pieces of advice from, what are you?
Scratch. 2.
From a pub scratch golfer. Day today with so much turf to harvest and get out. We're still really busy at the minute, which is really good. This month's been absolutely hectic. I feel like at the start of the vlogs I've done nothing but moan about the weather, but we've actually been really lucky. We're now well into November and it's actually been really warm and dry so far, which is obviously helping sales. So I take it all back. If it stays like this, we'll be very happy. finished up mowing, and one of the problems we've had is how long the grass has got. You can see here, look, how in places it's laid in big lumps, all the cuttings has. So this was caused by all the wet weather we had at the back end of the summer. I know recently the weather's been pretty dry and warm, but the damage was kind of done, and this field's taken so long to dry out. So this is the first time I've been able to get out here in a good few weeks now. And with how the temperatures have been, the soil conditions were still warm, so the grass is still growing rapidly. If you are trying to get out to mow your own garden, just try and wait until there's no moisture on the leaf and it's dried out, so maybe later on in the day. And then if you've not been able to get on it for a while, you're probably going to have to jack your mower right up to the highest setting and then just gradually bring it back down again if the weather allows, because I'm sure the weather's going to break at some point, and that'll be it for the year. But yeah, if you find that you're mowing and your mower's just leaving cuttings behind you and it's not collecting, it's probably because it's too wet. You just have to keep switching off, unblocking it, then carry on mowing. Or if the lawn's not too big, you can always sweep them off afterwards. But yeah, I would recommend keeping them cuttings off the lawn at this time of the year. You don't want it going rotten, especially going into the winter, because it's not going to get the chance to recover. Me and George are just taking the harvester back, and you ain't going to believe it. Another reliability issue. We broke down on the lane trying to take it back. We were stuck there for about half an hour. We managed to blow the fuel lines out and get it going again though, so it's parked away now. I don't know what it is with our reliability at the minute. We're not having a good run. Me and George are heading off in the tractors over to a site we got about 15 minutes away. I've got the collector on the back of mine, he's got the gang mowers on his. So we're just going to have a tidy up over there. There's a lot of trees around the outside that are dropping leaves. Wettest fields we've got, so we've not been out here mowing for a while, and there's so much cuttings coming off of it. Luckily the leaves aren't too bad. They've actually blown like backwards into the woods, so they're not led on the field, which is a bit of a result. So I'm just going around behind George with the mowers, just collecting any cuttings that are laying lumpy. Every now and again the mower seems to drop a little bit or it bungs up, so I'm just following him around and making sure them bits get picked up. First job of the day, I've just been in to see Luke to pick up a roller that he fixed for us last night. Had problems with it yesterday off of the collector. The shaft kept falling out of the bearing. So I dropped that into him last night and he's already got it fixed, which is amazing. Luke actually used to work at Silent Turf. He looks after all of our bits and pieces for us. He's a great engineer. Like, if he can't fix it, it literally can't be fixed. He'll probably feature on the channel at some point. It's one of the most important contacts that you can have when you're in an industry like this, because you get so much wear and tear on the equipment. So when something breaks, it's really crucial that you can get it fixed and back up and running as quick as possible. George has just been in and dropped off a couple of bags of bark mulch that a customer's coming in to collect. This is one of the products we've been selling a lot of as part of our new product range. Really good time of year to put this on at the moment, just to insulate the soil going into the winter and also prevent any weeds growing. We've got another extremely busy day today harvesting turf. Usually at this time of year we would expect the sales to sort of tail off. If anything, it's gone the complete opposite way, which I'm definitely not complaining, it's good. It's just the landscaping merchant side of the business is getting completely neglected at the minute. My plan was with these videos that 50% of it would be on the turf production and 50% would be getting the landscaping merchant side set up. But at the minute, all I seem to be showing you is the turf production side. But I'm sure as soon as this weather breaks, that will definitely change and the turf sales will nosedive and our attention will be back over to the landscaping yard. We've done loads of turf today. Just over 3,000 rolls in total went out, which is not a record by any means, but it's still up there. That's good for us as a little small family team. I've just come back from the pub. I just went and met a friend of mine, a business guy that's been there, done it all, seen it all, really experienced guy with a wealth of knowledge. And he's been advising me on something really exciting that I'm looking at the moment. Probably going to be next year now if it does come off. So that's something to look forward to. I'm really excited about that opportunity. Anyways, I'm done for the day. I'm going to go and have some dinner with George and I'll see you tomorrow. It was going to be quite a quiet day today. We were going to catch up with some maintenance jobs, get some leaves picked up, that kind of stuff. But one of our good clients has phoned up and asked if we can get a full load loaded on for him, ready for first thing Monday morning. So we've been busy getting that cut. Heading out now on deliveries all afternoon, and me and my dad are going to head over to one of our other fields with the leaf collector and the mowers to have a tidy up round there. The weather's supposed to be turning a bit colder next week and potentially some rain coming in as well, so just trying to get as many little maintenance jobs done before that comes in as we can. Once it turns cold and wet again, then the mowing will stop because we don't want to cause any damage to the turf. It tends to take the greenness out of the grass if you cut it when it's too cold, so we're just trying to make sure that everything's mowed down to a nice height now, so that come the colder weather, when it stops growing, it's at a nice height and it's not left too long going into the winter. I had another trip in to see Luke this morning. He's made us this nice little new shaft and 2 bearings to go on these set of gang mowers. They broke on Wednesday, so it's good to have them up and running again. I've had a bit of a disaster. I was just coming down the country lane with the mowers on, and I was following the neighbouring farm with their combine harvester, bringing that through with a massive John Deere and grain cart in front of that. We were all trying to squeeze through the traffic. It was super tight through there. I don't know how they got the combine through, to be honest. And at some point, the wheel on the mower has gone bang. And I've not realised because I've been more focusing on not hitting any of the cars that we're trying to squeeze through. So it's completely damaged the wheel. I've had to unhitch them. We're going to have to get a brand new wheel to go on there and tyre. And I've hitched on our finishing set of mowers, which were parked at this field. They're a bit too heavy to be using really, but I haven't got much choice. So I know Luke's probably watching this, so in about 10 minutes time, mate, or which will actually now be 3 weeks ago, you can expect a call from me panicking. I think I'm going to start a feature called Can Luke Fix It? Because honestly, I don't think there's anything that he can't fix. Everything we chuck at him, it just rings up, yeah, done that, fixed it. And we're like, how? That was so knackered. How have you fixed that? But this one, I'm going to say, it's too far gone. I don't reckon he can fix it. So I've just spoken with him and he reckons he can put it on the lathe and straighten it back out. I should have never doubted him. I'm sorry, mate. But yeah, that would be amazing if we can get that straightened out and put back on. Because for a moment, I was thinking we're going to have to go and buy a brand new wheel. Which going into Christmas and the quieter months, I just hate spending out on expenses like that. It feels unnecessary. So it's Saturday, I'm back at home in the office. I've been out on a turf laying job today. I did put a camera up to try and film a really cool time lapse, but the battery ended up dying halfway through, so I didn't get the full video, which is really annoying. I will put it up anyway, so you can have a look at the prep, but you're not going to get to see the turf being laid, which is kind of the crucial bit, so yeah, sorry about that one. I don't actually lay much turf anymore. I've kind of come away from it to focus on the turf production side of the business as well as the landscaping merchants. I know it sounds a bit silly because you think they would go hand in hand, like turf production and turf laying. But we found really they're 2 completely different businesses. You've got a service-based business, which is the turf laying, where you could be all over the place from job to job on different sites. And they're like a product production business, which is the turf farming. So we just found that they were 2 completely different type of businesses. They would go hand in hand, but with the resources we've got, I think we'd decided we really need to bring in a team of landscapers that could go out laying for us, which is definitely something I'm interested in down the line. But at this point, we just don't have the resources to do it. So yeah, I just thought I'd try and monetize my time as best I can on a Saturday and try and bring some cash into the bank to help with the bank balance going into the winter as much as possible, because we never know what the weather's going to do. This type of business is really feast and famine from summer to winter, and if we have a particularly bad winter, it can be really crippling. And on this point, actually, if you know anybody, maybe you've got friends or families that work outside or run a business which is based outside, maybe they're landscapers, maybe they're bricklayers, it could be in farming. If we have a bad winter, just check in with them once in a while, make sure they're all right. I think I see Jeremy Clarkson talk about this, and he said, just put your arm around them and buy them a pint. And honestly, I think that can make the world of difference, because it can be absolutely horrible. Whether it's completely out of their control can just finish them. Anyway, I'm off to have dinner now with some family. I hope you guys have had a great week. I hope you enjoyed episode 4 of Building a Family Business. I'll see you on the next one.